tired of overthinking every move you make, and I can help you decide who you're loving now, and how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go. I try to tell myself this isn't love, and I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone. I'm just waiting for the fire, but you won't even try to survive. You would rather keep it all inside, and I can help you decide who you're loving now, and how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go. I try to tell myself this isn't love, but I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone. If I should stay or be alone. If I should stay or be alone. I don't wanna be alone tonight. I'm just hoping that you'll be just right. And I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone. If I should stay or be alone, I don't wanna be alone tonight. I'm just hoping that you'll be just right. And I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone. We don't belong making ladders out of cowboy sheets. We will be gone. While we're counting stars, they're counting sheep. Peter, all the rest don't make a sound. Just keep running and keep running and keep running. In our heads we're 10 feet off the ground. Just keep running and keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
What's up? How you all doing? It's Jaggy here, and we've got a big fixture on our hands today. Milton Keynes Dons versus AFC Wimbledon. The first time they're going to meet this season. The second time will be in about 3 months from now. It's going to be at Plough Lane, of course. The first time around is going to be at Stadium MK. I don't expect there to be many fans, of course, because AFC Wimbledon have kind of an unwritten rule that thou shall not attend games at Milton Keynes, which is understandable. I mean, they don't want to support the franchise, and makes sense. But for the few that are going, I do wish them well. I hope they don't get pelted with freaking I don't know, rocks or pyro or anything like that. I hope they don't get hurt, because this is one of the most heated rivalries in English football, and probably one of, I would say, the most heated rivalry in League One. I would say, aside from perhaps, I don't know. No, I would say it is the most heated rivalry in League One. I can't think of another one. So, that being said, a little bit of uncertainty going into this match. Obviously, we did have a very unspeakably appalling performance last time against Boreham Wood. Probably the worst performance I've seen under Mark Robinson. Aside from perhaps the 5-0 Oxford loss. I didn't actually watch that, so I don't have too much of a perspective on it. But, you know, there was just no desire to to try to create in the final third. It was a lot of sideways passing. I shouldn't say no desire, but it was just very hesitant from the likes of Redoni, Palmer. McCormick did pretty well throughout the game, though. But yeah, I know that front four really didn't see too much success. So against a Milton Keynes side, I actually don't have the lineups pulled up on the stream, but I do have them in front of me. So from the looks of it, it's going to be a 3-4-3 for Milton Keynes as usual with O'Horace, Darling, and of course Lewington, who's been with JaggyDons since their birth, really. And he actually played for Wimbledon FC 2 seasons before that, so certainly somebody that can provide the defensive solidity, and he's 37 years of age. He's very experienced. The rest of the team, though, for the most part, is fairly young. I want to say like maybe 24, 25 years of age is the average age of the team. So you have a couple of good players in O'Reilly, who's a good facilitator. He's only 21 or 22, but he's very good facilitator. And Harvey on the wing has 3 assists this season. Scott Twine, I think, has like 11 goals and like 6 assists or something like that. 23 years of age, I believe. And then Asa up top. Decent team, high octane power team, and we really got to be careful against Milton Keynes. I would expect to play a 4 in the back. On Google, it says 3 in the back. I'm not entirely sure what that's about with Guinness, Walker, Nightingale, and Hennigan as center backs. Che Alexander is an outside mid. I don't think that's right. I don't think Che Alexander would play as an outside mid because he's more of a defensive defensive outside back. Every once in a while, you see him go up and try to put a good ball into the box and maybe facilitate. Play a nice through ball down the wing every now and again, but you don't really see him as an outside mid. So I'm inclined to believe that this is a 4 in the back. And if so, I think that will be the better formation to use with Nightingale and Hennigan as a center back pairing, Guinness Walker right back, and Che Alexander left back perhaps. I'm a little surprised not to see Osu. He's been working pretty hard lately. But against a team like Milton Keynes, I'm not complaining too much. I would like to see a little bit of defensive solidity. Some fans would like to attack MK early and to try to get an early goal. But I think we shouldn't overextend too much to start. I think we really need to keep their offense at bay. Maybe the first 20, 25 minutes will be a little bit of a feeling out process. I would rather have that, though, than to open up early and then get opened up and concede a goal early. So I like it if it were to be a 4-2-3-1. I like the formation. I don't like the 3-4-2-1 with a Sal up top as well, even though him and McCormick have linked up quite a bit several times this season. I think it's a 4-2-3-1. I could be wrong, though. In terms of my prediction, I'm going to have 2 separate predictions because, I don't know if it's a 3 or a 4 in the back. If it's a 4 in the back, I think the first half is going to be surprisingly fairly boring, considering that JaggyDons are a fairly high-powered offense in AFC Wimbledon. You never know what you're going to get with AFC Wimbledon. Sometimes they'll come out sideways passing. Sometimes they'll come out with conviction and aggression in that front 4, or in this case, the front 3 if they're playing a 3 in the back. But if it's a 4 in the back, I expect it to be 0-0 at the end of the first half, and then maybe the second half will open up. I think MK will score 1. Wimbledon will maybe well, actually, if MK score first, I think AFC Wimbledon will have a hard time getting through and scoring on their own. But I still think it's going to be, if it's a 4 in the back, I'm going to say 1-1. I think AFC Wimbledon will scrape out a draw. But if it's 3 in the back, I'm thinking like 2-2 perhaps, or a 3-2 for Milton Keynes. But it's, if it is 3 in the back, it'll make for a very exciting affair. And you never know. Mark Robinson might have something up his sleeve. I know lately Mark Robinson has been, I shouldn't say making excuses, but lately he's kind of had a, it is what it is kind of demeanor. Like he has a very, I shouldn't say stubborn philosophy, but his youth first philosophy might not always work, and I just wish that we can sign somebody in the transfer window that's a little bit more experienced. They can provide the experience to help this young Don side later down the road. But maybe Mark Robinson has a plan here. If we are playing a 3 in the back, I'm not entirely sure about having Redoni as a deep left mid. I think he would work better as a center attacking mid, but he has helped out defensively every now and again, and I expect him to be up and down the pitch. So we'll see what happens. Quickly, let me just make sure I have my iFollow set up. I want to make sure I have my stream. Yeah, I have 3 different tabs open. One for iFollow on the left-hand side of the screen, one for the lineups in the top right corner, and one for the YouTube chat on the bottom right corner. 3412 looks, yeah, looks to me like it will be a 3412. I'd say, yeah. Maybe Google is correct. Oh man, so it's been a bit of a wild ride lately for me when it comes to sports. I watched the Chargers lose to the Raiders, if we're talking NFL, in a heated rivalry. Not only that, but whoever won just automatically advanced to the playoffs, and it went to overtime, and the Chargers lost in overtime. And I have a video on my other channel, JaggyKM. YouTube.com/user/theswaggyjaggy. I know, don't judge me. I made that username in 2012. I showed my reactions there, and I was pretty pissed. And now we've got another rivalry game here: Milton Keynes versus AFC Wimbledon. Notice how I called them Milton Keynes.
Atmosphere, the Don. Maybe.
Anyway, here
visit from
we are
Charlton,
starting up with Alex Woodyard giving a bit of a pep talk to the team, and he's certainly a candidate. You know, he even though he's not the captain, it is Nightingale who is the captain of the team. Woodyard is the quintessential unspoken captain. You know, he's center mid. He's up and down the pitch, constantly moving, constantly communicating with his team, and every now and again get pretty fiery, whether emotionally or physically when he gets stuck into challenges, and we'll see. I did hear about a run-in that he had with an AFC Wimbledon fan during the Boreham Wood game, though. To be fair, you know, it was heat of the moment. Alex Woodyard, it just goes to show that he's passionate, right? Yeah, it could say that he can lose his cool and that, yeah, maybe he can be a little bit impulsive, but it just shows that he was certainly trying. It's not for the want of trying. In the words of ITN's Leonard Parkin, when ITN ended their strike in 1979 after 3 months. It's just one of those things where overall the team didn't do well, and so one of the fans was shouting at Woody like, "Oh, that's not good enough," and then he had a bit of a run-in with him. Certainly shouldn't have reacted that way, but I respect and I admire the fire and the passion that he possesses. Anyway, the game's about to start up here. Come on, let's go, you Dons. I know the way I said that made it sound like we scored a goal, but no, the game just started up. Very excited for this one. A little bit apprehensive at the same time because, you know, they are in kind of poor form, the Dons, but it is a rivalry game. Sometimes form can be thrown out the window in a situation like this. It's just all about the moment, all about the rivalry. Nothing else matters. The league table does not matter. Only this game, solely this game right now matters. So far, we are seeing a bit of a scrappy start with both teams kind of hoofing the ball upfield every now and again. Some scrappy stuff. Quick throw in from JaggyDons with Nesta on the left-hand side trying to break away. Okay. All right, first let me set up the timer, make sure everything's okay. Yep, timer's good. And I think we're ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show any of the game like I did with the Boreham Wood game. Every now I switched off between the game and the face cam. Unfortunately, iFollow doesn't even allow that. Like, it's just a black screen if I try to show the game. I could show a display capture, but I just don't want to get in trouble. I already have one copyright strike. Yeah, I already have one strike on my channel. And I don't want that to... I don't want to fall even further down the rabbit hole. Anyway, clearance here from Zanev, and immediately Berdoni chests it down and plays it over to the left-hand side here to Nesta. Back to Berdoni. It's going to be sought out there by O'Hara, and he's going to clear his lines.
To come away with a throw-in now over on that far side.
I want to make sure that the desktop audio is not overpowering. Let me turn that down just a bit. Okay. Hardigan plays it over here to the left-hand side. Berdoni taking a couple touches, looking to take his man on O'Hara and gets dropped. Okay. Yeah, to be fair, that was a good challenge from O'Hara. I thought maybe it could have been a foul. He stuck his leg in as Berdoni tried to take a touch to the left, but gets muscled off there. Not muscled off, but could have been a foul. It was 50-50, but it's going to be a goal kick for MK Dons. Nice to see early on Jack Rodoni is going to be looking to try to penetrate that back line. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, I certainly will prevent another copyright strike, because that wasn't fun. It was just a warning, though, so... yeah, we'll keep it as is, and I'll try to be as accurate as I can be with my play-by-play. Every now and again, I'll let Rob Cornell do the job, though. Some off-the-ball press there from AFC Wimbledon, forcing a errant clearance there from MK Dons, going all the way back to Nick Zanev. I'm going to pay close attention to AFC Wimbledon's back line just to confirm whether or not it's a 3 or 4 in the back. Yeah, it looks to me like it is a 3 in the back from what I'm seeing. Yeah, can't confirm. Ooh, some off-the-ball press there from Asal, and Ollie Palmer double-teaming Twine, who actually dropped pretty deep on that left-hand side. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that from AFC Wimbledon. That's one of their calling cards, is the off-the-ball press. We didn't see too much of that, though, against Bournemouth, surprisingly. I mean, Bournemouth, to be fair, AFC Wimbledon had like 75-80% possession, so they didn't really have many opportunities to high press, but that's one of the things they do well. Nicely done there from Woodyard to press immediately off the throw-in and win the ball. I'm surprised I haven't seen an MK Dons fan in the chat yet. I expect at some point in the stream there will be a little bit of banter here and there. Hennigan boots the ball up. Sal tries to shrug it off, but Lewington is able to win the ball over him. Still in possession here, though, with Hennigan. Hennigan's always going to look to play it long. Instead, the press there from Asa was a little bit sketchy there, but he played it back to Nightingale. And now they're just knocking around Wimbledon. First time pass from Hartigan with his left foot, intended for Rodoni. A little bit too far. Good. Yep. Good question. I have a few. But, hey. The only ounce of sympathy I have for Milton Keynes is in regards to the fans that just want to support their local club and don't want really anything to do with the rivalry. But, I mean, it is football after all. If you support a team, you cannot ignore the rivalry side of things. That's the only ounce of sympathy I have for them. But other than that, I just hate their guts. I just can't stand them. All right, nicely done there from Palmer to win the header off the throw. And it was a throw-in from the corner flag, from our own corner flag, essentially. But a free kick here. They play quick. Twine is going to take it to his left. And you know Twine can hit one. But usually that's with his right foot. You know, he's had several goals throughout his career in which he's blasted it from 30 yards out. But this time he actually steps over to his right, takes a shot with his left foot. Good positioning there by Hennigan. He actually stuck a foot out and threw his body on the line to block the shot, and it's going to be a corner kick. All right, right-hand side here now. Couple touches here. Cross in. Oof. That was Corbinu on that right-hand side who actually cut it to his left and played the cross in. I actually haven't gathered too much intel on Corbinu. I was looking at the stats on fbref.com. That's the source that I use for stats for players and teams, etc. I'm guessing he is coming up from the MK Dons Academy or something like that, because I didn't see him on the FB ref team sheet. But the cross was played in. The header was kind of wayward around the 12-yard area. A couple headers, one by both sides. Twine to Asa, but good clearance there from Wimbledon. I like the way Wimbledon's coming out so far. They're pressing pretty high on the defensive end, or not pressing high per se, but they're high pressing, and they're, you know, with the likes of every once in a while Guinness Walker coming up from the left back position to press high, which can be sketchy if you're playing 3 in the back, because you do have a gaping hole on that side. But so far MK Dons have been, and there's the goalkeeper actually with a bit of a iffy clearance, but they're still in possession here with 21 on that left hand side. Asal though dispossesses and then gets dispossessed himself. Twine switches the play. Hardigan, I mean, Hardigan, Woodyard, Guinness Walker, they're all high pressing. It's a midfield battle right now, but Asa has possession right now with Harvey on that left-hand side, dispossessed by Woodyard. A lot of tackles being made by both sets of midfielders. And that's kind of how I saw this game starting. You know, a midfield battle. I did say if Wimbledon played a 4 in the back, the first half would end 0-0, but if it's 3 in the back, maybe. I'm not so sure, but they're impressing me right now. Anyway, Harvey here on the left side being double-teamed. Twine hooking out left. Oof. Nicely done there from Woodyard to force Twine to take a quick shot, and that shot was blocked there by Hennigan. Let's go. All right, some off-the-ball press from McCormick there. McCormick again on the press after not coming away with possession, but MK Dons are still in possession here with Harvey. There we go. Woodyard getting stuck in the tackle. A bit of a heavy touch there from Harvey, and Woody was immediately there to get stuck in the tackle. I'm very impressed right now with AFC Wimbledon and their defensive shape. Right-hand side here now is Corbino, forced to play a square ball. Immediately, Anthony Hardigan is there to step in. Kind of a heavy touch there from Twine, and Hardigan was immediately there. But they're still in possession here. The past few times AFC Wimbledon got stuck in a challenge, they never came away with possession. Thank you, Pompey World, my friend from LA. I actually haven't met him personally yet, but go subscribe to Pompey World if you're not only a supporter from AFC Wimbledon, but if you follow League One in general. I think you would appreciate the support that an American that lives in LA provides to a team like Portsmouth. Thank you. And I think Pompey are on to the next round of the FA Cup, right? Let me check. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was talking about the Carabao Cup, excuse me. Yeah, I forgot they got eliminated by Harrogate. Oh, no, they lost to Millwall. Ooh. Malone and... Oh, wow. Callum Johnson actually got a red card in the 40th minute. Wow, I'm sorry for your loss. That's a tough one to swallow. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's only the first 10 minutes, so it's certainly not a testament to how... Oh, Ollie Palmer, okay. Ollie Palmer putting the off-the-ball press after a pass back to the center back. And the center back let it go to the keeper, and Ollie Palmer just kept sprinting. So now it's going to be a throw-in for AFC Wimbledon from about 18 yards out. Really good start early on here from the Dons. I think that Boreham Wood loss really lit a fire under them from what I'm seeing so far. Hennigan with the sliding challenge. Yeah, we should. You know, I think the crime rate is starting to simmer down a little bit in LA. I know a couple months ago there was a bit of scare with the defunding the police in LA and the property crime. The overall crime rate was pretty high in LA, but yeah, I'd be down. Oh, absolutely. I could certainly imagine that. You know, Mark Robinson, even though he's a fairly, you know, he's a very okay double team there on the final third of MK Dons, and they lose possession, but then a low cross is actually a little bit ahead of Ollie Palmer there. But yeah, I can imagine the training sessions were pretty intense. Even though Mark Robinson's a bit of a quiet guy, he is a philosophical person. He is passionate. Even though he's not one to get upset per se, I'm sure he was a little bit he was fairly disappointed with the team, and I'm sure that he made the team work very hard. So even though a lot of people are starting to transition from liking Robbo a lot to I don't know about Robbo anymore, a little bit of apprehension, I'm still a believer. Maybe not over the next 3 years. I don't think he's going to be a manager for the club for a really long time, but I trust him that he'll be able to keep us up this season at least. And he does have a very good relationship with the players. The players have a very good relationship with him, and I see great things for this team in the future. Welcome, Kodo. Looking for food? I still owe you. Okay. Oh, well, we're going to be seeing each other later anyway, so. Yeah, we'll get some food. And I'll give you... Actually, you know what? I forgot about this. I actually went to Big Lots yesterday, and they were having a clearance sale, and I just bought a shit ton of groceries. Like, I bought a couple boxes of cereal, I bought some chips, I bought some cookies, I bought a couple of aloe vera drinks. I can give you some snacks, because my cupboard is loaded right now. So, Ollie Palmer drops deep and wins the free kick there. Intended for McCormick on the run, but the center back comes away with it. That's some AFC Wimbledon chants in the background. Got a bit of a turnout. Ooh, through ball there intended for Twine, but Zanev is going to come out and pick it up. Yeah, no, I don't think Robbo out is the move, right? I know there's a little bit of apprehension with how things have shaped up lately with Mark Robinson under center, but we have seen the most conviction, the message, the fan ownership message, the fan ownership philosophy, the underdog philosophy has not resonated more than it has under Mark Robinson. I think it is foolish to sack him this season. Maybe next season we can look for another manager, but not outright say that Robinson should go after the season. To sack him in the middle of the season is foolish. I would have to agree. I do have faith to rebuild him in the squad. And whenever we do get a new manager, whether it be next season or 2 seasons from now, I expect a few of our players like Will Nightingale, Alex Woodyard, players that we will most likely see that are still going to be a part of our team. They're going to be, playing for the badge game in and game out, and they'll be able to help out. I saw TikTok Rob out, and it's the worst thing I've ever heard. 2 bad games and want to drop a class manager. I would have to agree. I think it's far too early for Robbo out right now. Anyway, Ben Hennigan being put under press here by 17 and 10. Gets dispossessed, and the cross from Robson intended for Asa, who did end up curling out. The cross was cleared away in the end.
No one there to maintain possession rather for Wimbledon. So you're in tune then with the radio WDN, myself, Mike T, and Rob Corner. Part of the cover I followed on media package, and those of you tuned in an audio.
It's a good switch of play here from Milton Keynes on that right-hand side. Now it's going to be, I believe that's Corbineau, and he's forced out again. Every now and again, when he's had the ball on that right-hand side, he's been forced to play back to the center mid. So good work there from Guinness Walker on the press, and now it's going to be Watson, square ball. AFC Wimbledon still with pretty good shape here, forcing MK Dons to play sideways passing, and now it's Lewington. Plays it to the left. Harvey, again, sideways passing. Good shape here. But you know that MK Dons can play an incisive pass every now and again, and Twine now is going to see the ball. Good press there from Hardigan and McCormick on the double team there. Dispossesses him.
Palmer doing battle just inside the centre circle, but ultimately
And what I like about, not only are they pressing, but Wimbledon are covering the holes. They're covering the gaps pretty well. Every time Guinness Walker goes up, you see Woodyard dropping deep. And Che Alexander just made a press there, and Woodyard just dropped a little bit after the press there from Alexander, and then they switched. They're coordinating their shape very well right now, AFC Wimbledon. Anyway, wayward clearance there from Zanev. And now MK Dons here on the right-hand side. Corbeano is going to look to try to step over, but he plays across and it was blocked. He was trying to be a little bit too cute, but unfortunately it didn't pan out there. Or fortunately, I should say. I was saying unfortunately for him, but poor wording there. Anyway, switch of play here. Che Alexander has plenty of time and space. 4, 5, 6 touches. Now he's going to play to a Sal, and then they reset to Woodyard. Ooh, that's against Walker now has space on the left-hand side. You know he's going to try to attack. And we see Jack Rodoni trying to make a run on that left-hand side. And now McCormick is actually on the overlap. Now Rodoni switches to the middle. McCormick gets the cross just over the head of Rodoni. Just a little bit to the side and over the head of Rodoni. But Sal picks it up. Great movement from Wimbledon there in that play. And now Sal's going to take his man on. He's going to take Harvey on. Tries to play the cross. Blocked. Cross back in. Ooh, headed away. Really good movement there from AFC Wimbledon. Initially, it was Rodoni making a run on the outside, and then he it was an X run. Lack of a better term, it was an X-shaped run with Rodoni switching to the center and McCormick on the overlap, and McCormick was played on the overlap. It was a decent cross there from McCormick. Unfortunately, not perfect as it did go over Rodoni's head a little bit. But great movement. Absolutely. Smash them for us. I would love nothing more than that.
Oxford United ran out pretty comfortable winners against Wimbledon. Of course, that's a whole host of rearranged fixtures coming our way. And again, as we mentioned earlier,
ooh, wayward pass there from Hennigan, intended for Woodyard. It gets dispossessed. Corbeano takes a touch to the right. Good positioning there. Good recovery. As Nightingale and Hennigan both slide down and block the cross. Oof. The first moment of uncertainty here in the game as Hennigan tried to play Woodyard, who tried to receive the pass, but the pass from Hennigan was too close to, I think that was Robson who came in, sliding challenge to win the ball. And sketchy stuff there as Corbeano, thankfully, he is right-footed, and he took a little bit too much time on the ball, tried to step over to the right and allowed Hennigan to come over and help Nightingale on the defense. First moment of sketchiness there throughout the game shown by Wimbledon, but I think that'll be brushed up, I would hope, and MK Dons just giving away possession there, throw in. I'm just writing some notes here now. MK Dons are another instance in which both teams are just kind of scrapping in that midfield battle. Holy shit, guys. 23 viewers? I appreciate the support. Thank you all. I expected there to be a couple of MK Dons fans, too, in the chat, but so far, none yet. So, we're keeping the peace here in chat, unless they are lurking. But I appreciate the support. Thank you all. But AFC Wimbledon, for those of you that are coming in the stream or not following the game on iFollow, or maybe are just looking on Twitter, AFC Wimbledon, ooh, bit of a giveaway there from Nessa Guinness Walker. He tried to nutmeg tried to nutmeg his man there, and instead he ended up losing the ball, and it's gonna get booked here after putting what's number 2? Watson. Yeah, he brought him down, just tugged his shirt. But yeah, I appreciate the support, guys. For those of you coming in, AFC Wimbledon have started the first 20 minutes pretty strong. I mean, their possession is slightly in favor of Milton Keynes right now, but not much. And AFC Wimbledon every now and again are forcing Milton Keynes to clear their lines off the high press, and their defensive shape is pretty solid overall. So, yeah. I think neither team has had a clear-cut chance. They've had a couple of opportunities to create chances, whether it's via cross or there was a shot from Twine from about 22 yards out around the 10th minute or so with his left foot, but it was blocked in the end and out for a corner. But that was the only real opportunity there. And they've seen the ball on the right-hand side a lot, JaggyDons to Corbino, but a lot of times it would be Guinness Walker and either Hardigan or Woodyard to help on the defensive end to force Corbino to play it back to the center mid. Corbino? Corbino. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Corbino. 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 Okay. Anyway, just a little bit of time to wait here for the free kick to be taken. About 45 yards out, they play it square over to Darling and now to Lewington. Good press there from McCormick and Hardigan, respectively. But Twine now is going to see possession, switching over to the right. Back to Corbino. Overlapping run here being made by Watson. He plays Watson. Play it back over here to the center. Incisive pass attempt easily sought out by Guinness Walker, but the clearance was blocked. Poor clearance there by Nightingale, but Radoni wins the header. Yeah, both Guinness Walker and Nightingale a little bit sketchy there with their clearances. But JaggyDons still see possession, but Wimbledon are still keeping good defensive shape. I'm a little bit concerned about the long term, though, whether their players are going to get tired. They're going to start to get tired. Anyway, Twine winding up for a shot from about 35, easily blocked. And now Sal's on the press. He's not able to muscle off Corbino. Corbino now taking on Guinness Walker. Guinness Walker easily able to, maybe not fully see it out. It's going to be a corner kick here, but Corbino has been taking it to his right foot every now and again to try to get the cross off, and that was well sought out there by Nesta. And Nesta really has improved his defensive shape, or just overall defensive positioning throughout the season. Hasn't been getting caught out as frequently, even though that first Boreham Wood goal, he was slightly out of position. And, you know, he doesn't get beat as frequently when players are on the ball. Ooh, header away. Twine gets a couple shots off, both blocked. A third attempt from Corbino, skied. Wow. It was a header away, but then Twine ended up getting a first-time volley blocked, and then a touch and then a strike with his left foot. That was on the far post. Nesta Guinness Walker sticks his foot out, and then a third attempt from Corbino was skied with his left foot. So let me take a look at some results around the league, actually. Let me see if we're getting any help from any teams. Yeah, so the only games that are happening right now are Wickham v. Bolton. Hold on, I'm trying to look at the game. Wickham v. Bolton, Sunderland v. Lincoln, and then this one, obviously. All 0-0 as it stands. Hopefully Lincoln will drop points, actually. Oh. Ayuba Sal is he's been holding the ball up a lot, but unfortunately he's been getting muscled off by the back three. I mean, to be fair, it is a decent back three. They only have, what, 30... I want to say 32 goals against this season, which is certainly not terrible. I mean, it's decent for a back three. Especially with Lewington, with one of the center backs there, a very experienced individual. as much as I don't like him. He's a good center back. But yeah, I am concerned over the long term in this game. You know, AFC Wimbledon are pressing high. They're doing well in the defensive shape. But I kind of fear, you know, last 15, 20 minutes, I hope they get the substitutions right. Because if they don't, this could be bad. I hope that eventually, you know, if we keep playing the way we're playing, hopefully we'll make maybe 2 substitutions at most. Maybe we can see Ethan Chislett coming on eventually. If Asal, you know, if Asal playing as a striker doesn't pan out, maybe we can see we could see us playing a 4-2-3-1, or we can see maybe Aaron Cosgrave coming in. I don't think he's going to come in. I think it'll be Dapo Mabude over Cosgrave, as I think they'll work Cosgrave into the team first. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so far they've been playing Asal quite a bit, trying to have Asal hold the ball up, but he's not that kind of person. Ooh, pass back to Zanev as he tried to play. Uh-oh. This is bad. This is extremely poor. Oh, my God. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get that out. Fuck. It was only a matter of time. It was a pass back there from... yeah, it was a wayward one there from McCormick as he tried to play... Hennigan, but it went past Hennigan, and then Zanev tried to come out, play sweeper-keeper, tried to play Hennigan, who hooked out towards the touchline, and then it was Asa who ended up picking it up. Asa took a couple of touches toward the 18-yard box, laid it off. Corbeau took a touch to his left and slotted it in. The boys in white are in the lead now. Wow, it sucks. Really good first 25 minutes play from AFC Wimbledon. Marred by sketchy play. Marred by sloppy play. Actually, it wasn't Corbeau who finished that. It was O'Reilly. I think that's his first goal of this season. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But O'Reilly, 22 years of age, gets on the score sheet. Yeah, stuff. Let me update the score now. It was a very poor pass, to say the least, there from McCormick as he tried to play Hennigan down the line after he was being pressed by an MK Dons player. And then Zanev, you got to be a little bit more... You got to play that pass a little more conviction. The pass was played with not that much pace, and Asa was able to cut it off. And, yeah. I think you clear that if you're Zanev. But, you know... It is what it is. Alexander now puts the cross in, headed away. Now Hennigan's going to take a couple touches. Oli Palmer, oh, through ball to Asal! Asal! Ooh! That was intended for Palmer, and he tried to stick his foot out to control it, but then it went straight to Asal instead, and Asal tried to play it low and hard to the far post. He was called offside anyway, so it would not have mattered. Oof. Good early response there. Yeah, it was Alexander who tried to play the cross and then the header was away, but then it was decent, incisive ball in there from... I actually forget who was on the ball. Yeah, it was Hennigan who actually took a couple touches there and played the through ball in there. Now Rodoni on the left here with... see Hardigan on the overlap, but he plays the cross in instead. Lewington heads it away, but over the head of everyone else out for a corner kick. So the header was more like a flick. And Oli Palmer was looking to get on the end of that one. He just barely couldn't get on that. So corner kick now for the boys in blue. For those of you just coming in, the scoreline doesn't reflect how the game is going. I shouldn't say that Milton Keynes are playing badly, because they are. They're controlling. They're playing well. They're controlling possession. Wimbledon are playing with very good defensive solidity. It was just that one error there from McCormick, and then the kind of slightly poor pass. I mean, the pass from Zanev was straight to Hennigan, but you think with Asa putting the pressure on, you want to hook the pass out just a little bit. But anyway, yeah, Asa dispossessing Zanev, and then, yeah. I think the Dons are playing pretty well. When I say the Dons, I mean AFC Wimbledon are playing pretty well right now. Anyway. Corner kick coming in, top of the 6. Nightingale tried to get a header on, but it was a flick on toward the back post more than anything. And now Guinness Walker plays the cross back in, back post. It's going to be a goal kick, though. Yeah, the distance was fine if it were to be a knockdown, but it was too close to the touchline. Damn. Yeah, on the final third, I think we're looking a little bit more confident in the final third right now, but we still haven't had a shot. And, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame the Dons right now because they're still trying to create chances. They're making a lot of off the ball. I keep saying outside. Off the ball runs, and they're playing a couple of crosses in. They're doing very well right now overall, both defensively and on the attack. You know, their off the ball runs are very incisive. They're very active off the ball right now, but they're not finding the opportunity to create a shot. I think they're prioritizing the wings a little bit too much. You know, we did see a through ball there from Hennigan to Asal down the center, but Asal unfortunately was offside. And that would have registered as a shot and a shot on goal had that not been offside. So hopefully we can see a little bit more of that. Nicely done there by Nightingale to dribble past 2 defenders out of pressure. And now he switches it over to Che Alexander on the right here. O'Reilly gets dispossessed by Jack Rodoni. He was a little bit too slow on the ball there. Rodoni, 3, 4, 5 touches, plays a through ball to Ollie Palmer. Ollie Palmer tries to take it to his left, but then it was poked away. I thought had he dribbled him successfully, he could have gone a shot off with his left foot. We did see a Sal, too, open on that left-hand side. And now on the right-hand side, here's Corbino beats Guinness Walker for pace, and Guinness Walker brings him down. Guinness Walker's already in the book. And he's just going to give Guinness Walker... It wasn't an... No, he's not in the book. Never mind. He gets booked now. Okay. Oh. Oh, never mind. It's a double fucking yellow. Oh, my God. I don't... I mean, yeah, Corbino was breaking for pace, but Nesta has only fouled him to... It was a genuine attempt at winning the ball. Surely that can't be a yellow. That was a genuine attempt at winning the ball. Yeah, he was going to beat him for pace, but considering that he was already on a yellow and that was his second foul, and neither foul was completely egregious. I mean, yeah, the first one, it stopped a fast attacking opportunity. This one was kind of the same, but it was a genuine attempt to win the ball. I don't agree with that at all. That's fairly harsh. I don't agree with that. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say. Just hype deflated. Even though they were down 1-0, they were still playing pretty well, and I was still fairly confident in how the game was turning out, aside from the goal, but that's just a deflator. Well, we'll see how they respond to this.
I did check that back, and there
at least they have like 2 games in hand, 3 games in hand with compared to other teams, AFC Wimbledon. So if they end up losing this game, so be it. You know, they still have a couple games in hand, hopefully. But I'm not going to give up hope just yet. We'll see what happens. They're not going to play a 3 in the back. Yeah, Nightingale, Hennigan, and who's going to drop to center back in this situation?
Pretty much level with the edge of the opposing penalty area, and we don't have access to monitors or replays, and we're having to look a good 100 yards over towards that far side.
Yeah, let me put a red rectangle on top of the AFC Wimbledon logo. After this half ends, I'll put that on there. Anyway, through ball there. McCormick, oh, his first touch let him down. It was a decent through ball there from Ollie Palmer. It wasn't completely ahead of McCormick, so he kind of had to shift his body to try to recover possession. But he tried to take a touch towards goal, and the touch took him away from goal, and then he... Yeah, it's a corner kick, though, at least. But had that been a little bit more of an incisive pass from Palmer, you could have seen maybe a first-time shot from McCormick. Yeah, it was a poor touch there from O'Reilly that allowed Palmer to pass it first time to McCormick, and could have amounted to something there. By the way, I hope my camera's okay, because last time I had a major issue with autofocus. It kept autofocusing, and like there was some blur within my video. So I hope this is fine. Maybe there's a tiny bit of autofocus, but it's not nearly as noticeable. Anyway, header towards goal there from Hennigan, straight at the keeper. Oof. This is definitely a better one to swallow. I mean, the Dons, I wouldn't be too dismissive of this game yet, because they're still playing well in the offensive end. I think the only way they're going to get something out of this game is if they score 2 goals. Because I definitely see Milton Keynes scoring at least 1 more with this red card. But, you know, with the conviction that they're playing and with the desire that they're playing with in this game, it's a complete far cry from what we saw, or should I say the Boreham Wood game was a complete far cry of what they could potentially, you know, what they could potentially be. And that's what we're seeing in this game here. We're seeing them play with conviction, desire. Bit of a sketchy situation there. Through ball play to Watson, and a bit of a miscommunication there between Hennigan and Zanev. Zanev came out late, tried to clear it. It bounced off Watson there. But then, thankfully, it didn't amount to anything, as Hennigan was able to clear his lines there. I've noticed my accent change a little bit. With 99.5% of the words I say, you can definitely tell that I am from the U.S. with the way I pronounce things. But when I say Watson, I don't know, I just think it's a little weird to say Watson. Like, it's just so American. Watson. I don't know. He plays it to Watson. I don't know. It just comes naturally. But anyway, it looks to me like McCormick... From that chance a couple minutes ago, you know how I was saying that Palmer played a through ball and McCormick's first touch kind of let him down? Yeah, it looks to me like he has a bit of a knock there. I think maybe his thigh or calf, either or. He's going to be coming off here. Definitely a blow, as McCormick is one of the better facilitators for AFC Wimbledon. Yeah, Paul Ossie is going to be coming on here, which I guess can work to satisfy the lack of defensive prowess that we're seeing with the loss of Guinness Walker. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Osu perhaps playing alongside Nightingale and Hennigan. I'd like to think that they're going to play a 4 in the back, perhaps a 4-3-2-1 maybe, with Asal and Rodoni as attacking mids. That's what I'd like to see. What am I saying 4-3-2-1 for? It could be a 3-4-2-1. Yeah. Or no, 3-4-2. I'm stupid. A 4-2-2-1 or a 3. Yeah, you get the idea. 3-3-2-1, 3-3-1-2. You get the idea. But Osu's going to be playing alongside Nightingale and Hennigan. We'll see what happens. Through ball intended for Asa there, but collected there by Zanev. Game starting to slow down just a tad here.
Well, promising opening quarter to this game from Wimbledon, but second quarter of this game, a goal behind and being reduced to 10 as we approach half time. Mr. Guinness Walker having been sent off, having picked up a second yellow card.
The Dons still playing with some conviction here. They're possessing here. They're trying to make runs. Also here on the left is going to take his man on Watson, but instead he plays it square. Hardigan plays it square to Alexander. Alexander's going to fake it right, going left, playing it back to Woodyard. Sideways, there's that sideways V. Okay, nice incisive pass there from Woodyard to Alexander. Gets the cross off. A little too close to the keeper. I was going to say, you know, we're playing in that V shape again, where we play sideways passing, but we're playing with a little more intent, and that was a nice through ball to Alexander back out on that right-hand side.
We know he can get forward. We know he can deliver a decent ball into the centre, and maybe an additional factor in the Dons' favour that they could look.
Paul Ostu pressing high there on Corbinu. Are there any fans in the chat, or MK Dons fans in the chat, that are not going to be what should I say, hostile, that could tell me how to pronounce Corbinu? Corbinu on the right hand side now. Anyway, Robson now, they're just playing it square. Milton Keynes are just trying to knock it around here, and dare I say, playing with their food. Ooh. Didn't expect that one. Darling taking a couple touches, and Darling gets fouled there as he tried to play hero ball there by trying to get into the attacking third. And it's going to be a free kick here for MK Dons from about, I want to say, 35 yards out. Maybe a little more, probably like 38, 39. Anyway, they play it to Lewington. He's going to play a ball into the box. Easily won, but not fully away. Holy shit. One of the MK Dons players came charging in to try to volley it, and it was blocked. Twine gets the ball. Oh, that's a really good cross from Twine. Thankfully, Nightingale wins the first one. Not fully away. Oof. Yeah, Nightingale got fouled as he tried to win the header. The header was straight up, but it was a foul there by Asa, who got in a little bit too aggressively on Nightingale. At the very least, we're winning headers on our own defensive final third, so that's a bit of a positive to look at going into the second half. We really, I mean, there have been a couple of decent half chances from MK Dons, but they've been merely half chances. They haven't had a clear-cut chance throughout the half, which is at least something we could take as a positive.
Young Tyler Berry tuned in from Surbiton as well.
So, well, I don't know if you'd class it maybe as a half of two halves, perhaps, from the Wimbledon perspective.
I think you would. Yeah, I mean, the opening half, if you like, of the first half.
Okay, forced pass there, and it looks to me like Ollie Parman picks it up. Switches the play to Asal. Asal coming sprinting in. Lewington's going to see it out, though, and plays it back to the keeper. Shanked clearance, though. Ooh, a couple headers won by Wimbledon, and they still see possession, thankfully. Ooh. I'm just writing some notes here for my post-match analysis.
Being a goal and a man in the deficit. One thing Wimbledon certainly don't want to do is be
Corbino, once again, he's been kept fairly quiet throughout the game, aside from that one time where he beat NGW for pace, but he plays a pass and then Twine. Okay. That was a bit of a dangerous situation. He did end up getting the better of Osu by playing a little incisive through ball there to number 7, O'Reilly. And then O'Reilly tried to play it square to Twine, but his shot was blocked. At least we have kept Twine quiet throughout the game.
from the oil capital of Norway.
Yeah, I'll make a post right now on the AFC Wimbledon fan group, and I'll be on my merry way. Actually, no, I'm good. Anyway, shot coming in there from Harvey with his left foot around the top of the 18, but completely shanks it. And I think we're gonna see the end of this half 1-0. I'm just gonna make it short and sweet because I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna eat some food real quick in between the first and second half, and hopefully we can carry the little semblance of hope we have after that double yellow, and carry it in stride. Maybe eventually we'll see an equalizing goal. I think we certainly have been playing well throughout the half, even after the double yellow. Maybe we've played with a little bit less conviction on the offensive end, but the defensive shape has still we actually looked very, very good in the first 20 minutes. Defensive shape was solid. The likes of Woodyard and Hardigan helping out on the double team on the wings. Corbino and the front three of MK Dons were fairly quiet throughout the first 20 minutes because we did very well defensively. Every now and again, we were making good runs on the final third with Rodoni making runs out wide and then switching to a run down the center, and then McCormick switching out wide, just kind of like that X-shaped cross run. We've been seeing a couple of those. We never saw a shot on goal, I don't think, aside from Asal, who was offside, but it was a through ball from Hennigan to Asal, who tried to place it low and hard, and it got blocked by the keeper, but it was offside. I think, we looked good. We looked good before the double yellow from Nesta Guinness-Walker. I think Guinness-Walker did decent defensively, aside from one or two instances where Corbinu coming up from the MK Dons, I believe, Dons Academy, I believe, looked fairly decent, looked dangerous, very quick, incisive player, and beat Nesta Guinness-Walker for pace a couple times. Nesta Guinness-Walker, double yellow. I think the second yellow was a bit harsh, considering that Nesta tried to play the ball, and he just mistimed the tackle slightly, and it wasn't even like a sliding challenge. It was like a sticking of the leg out and a little bit of a trip there. After the double yellow, I still think the Dons played decent. I think they fell off a little bit defensively. I think they allowed MK Dons to break through their shape a little bit more. But considering that Luke McCormick got injured and Paul Osu came on, that could be a testament to just lacking in numbers, and overall with Osu being a little bit more of an attacking-based player. Corbinu saw a little bit more success on that right-hand side with Osu coming in versus Guinness-Walker. So definitely some positives to take. Oh yeah, let me send the link to that Facebook group. You have to answer a couple of entry-level questions. Like I don't quite remember what they were, but. Yeah, dude, people in the AFC Wimbledon fans group are going freaking bonkers right now. I think there is a bit of an overreaction. I shouldn't say overreaction, but you know, maybe they're from the fans that aren't actually watching the game, because I have a very, I shouldn't say positive outlook, obviously, because we're down 1-0 and we're down to 10 men, but I think they're playing a lot, certainly a lot better than the Boreham Wood game, and I think we are playing with more desire and more heart. But, of course, you know, there's always going to be that, fuck, here we go again type of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it is against Milton Keynes after all, too, so we don't want to lose to Milton Keynes. Maybe it is the fact that, oh, shit, we're losing to Milton Keynes. Fuck, you know? But I really like the way they played that first half, but I just wish we were more consistent. That's the one knock I have against AFC Wimbledon, is that one game they play well, and the next game they play sideways passing, and it just looks drab and dreary, and I just wish they could play like this more often. Of course, it is a big game. I don't blame them for feeling too negative, but yeah. Anyway, I'll hold that thought. I'll hold those thoughts, and I'll come back in about 10 minutes or so. Just gonna grab some food real quick, and we'll be back.
Been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, Superman unrolls the suit before he lived. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts. Superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like. I want just like this. I want somebody I can live. Oh, I want something just like this. I want just like this. I want somebody I can live. Oh, I want something just like this. I want just like this. I want somebody I can live. Oh, I want something just like this.
I always find it harder to breathe when you stay close to me. It's too much. always find it harder to breathe. When you stay close to me, it's too much. I can't help myself.
I always find it harder to breathe. When you stay close to me, it's too much. I can't help myself. why she felt that way. She felt it every day. I couldn't help her, I just watched her make the same mistakes again. What's wrong now? So many problems. Don't know where she belongs, where she belongs. She wants to go home, nobody's home. That's where she lies, broken inside. No place to go, no place to go. Dry her eyes, broken inside. Open your eyes and look outside. Find the reasons why you've been rejected, and now you can't find what you left behind. Be strong now. Too many problems. Don't know where she belongs, where she belongs. She wants to go home, nobody's home. That's where she lies, broken inside. No place to go, no place to go. To dry her eyes, broken inside. Her feelings she hides, her truth she can find. She's losing her mind, she's falling behind. She can't find her place, she's losing her faith. She's falling from grace, she's all over the place. Yeah. She wants to go home, nobody's home. That's where she lies, broken inside. No place to go, no place to go. Try her eyes, broken inside. She's lost inside, lost inside. Oh, she's lost inside, lost inside.
It never occurred to me how much you weighed me down. Your negative words, though the silence was worse, all you did
Yo, I fucked up. I was bringing my food upstairs, and then I saw my iFollow, and nothing happened. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the game to pop up. But then I just realized the freaking iFollow was paused. So it's 7 minutes into the second half, and I am so far behind. I'm so sorry.
Palmer's poised to go.
Okay, time to get back into the swing of things.
One possession back to Wimbledon.
I was just sitting here. I'm like, when's the game gonna pop up again? Okay, we're back here.
Ultimately, Dons are forced to
My bad on that one.
on the far side.
My bad on that one.
Trickle away from his feet, and it's very needlessly conceded.
Okay, so we're back. Apologies for that one.
Wake of such determination.
I don't know how the first few minutes of the second half went at all. But still 1-0 here.
As Rodoni now clips the ball forward, but against
Um,
on that.
hold on, let me take a quick look at how that turned out to be.
So, belly of the clear and this evening,
My bad.
and then see if they can to take up the plenty.
Okay. We're good now. Okay.
Back on level terms.
So let me fix the timer.
Well, still just a single goal, the deficit for the Dons, but as we've said, with that one-man disadvantage, Nestor Walker sent off for 2 yellows in the first half,
Okay.
and
Doesn't look to me like we made any from what I'm seeing.
But as things stand, they're being quite easily contained
Doesn't look to me like we did.
as they, again, even when they win possession and they look as though they're about to break.
Oh, Ayuba Sal gets triple teamed, and he gives away possession now. Twine on the left-hand side here. Defended by... Oh, he's trying to take it to his right foot. Please don't shoot. Okay. He lays it back off to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly tries to get a low cross, easily collected by Nick Zanev. I'm eating barbecue puffs, but they are healthier, I guess. They only have like 6 ingredients or so. Yeah, it's a good gamer food, but I'm not gaming. I'm engaging myself in frustrating affairs right now.
Beyond him, no one getting a touch on the ball, and in the end, it's another throw-in conceded by Wimbledon in opposing territory. Well, fair play to all of the Wimbledon fans who are here this evening, weighing that upper tier corner away to.
No, so what we did was we actually transitioned into, I guess, Osu is now playing as an outside center back, outside mid. Rodoni is now kind of transitioned into a cam for McCormick.
So, certainly a very reasonable presence for a January Tuesday evening away day.
Ooh, Sal.
Let's see if they can make
Get in there, mate.
their side to
Putting some pressure on Lewington there, but they keep possession.
still with a single goal deficit.
Yeah, Rodoni's playing high now for McCormick.
Fairly comfortably defended as we speak, as Will Nightingale just gets back to tidy up another attack. Plays it back to Nick Zanev, who's just
Nightingale played it back to Zanev. The ball was bouncing. Zanev just...
side.
He had no choice. He was put under pressure, and he had to clear it all the way for a throw in here from about 18 yards out.
Conceded dangerously close to the
Corbino now.
area. Well played,
Nicely done there by Osu.
breaking up play.
It was a 1-2 between O'Reilly and Corbino, but Osu was on the end of that one to receive.
Their own half.
Switches the play now.
To Alexander now on the far side, lofted forward towards Asal, tussling away for the ball. Still Asal.
We need to stop playing it to Asal on the hold-up because he keeps getting muscled off there. This time it was kind of a clearance, so you can't really blame them there. Looks to me like Corbino splits the 2 defenders, Woodyard and Osu, but it looks to me like Woodyard comes away with it. Gets a little bit of a poke clearance away, and MK Don's now reset here with Lewington on the left. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware. Yeah, he played for the original Wimbledon, and he's played for MK Don since. AFC Wimbledon on the counterattack, though, after a dispossession from Hardigan. Come on. We need some movement. We need some movement. Rodoni here. Overlap is Asal. Udoni tries to take it on himself, blocked, but also receives it now. Not enough movement here outside of the run being made there from Asal. Hardigan. Ooh. Hardigan tries to take it himself after the initial header clearance.
And it's another goal kick. 58 minutes gone, and still Wimbledon are trailing there by a goal to nil. But at least venturing forward into opposing territory, players trying to get themselves into good positions, and Asal played the ball off to Rodoni, then carried on his run.
Okay.
Tried to get into a good supporting position. And Osu, not the worst cross you've seen ever from him. With the left,
I see.
left-hand side, but at the moment, well, Ollie Palmer looking pretty isolated in there at the moment, and
Well, it says he played for Wimbledon in 2003, 2004.
again, let's not forget that prior to the
It's at least what I'm seeing, or 2002, 2003, 2003, 2004,
joining in
at least.
November, he really had got his head down and put away some good goals, and well, team play was also
Yeah, I'll refer to them as MK. My bad.
as we were expecting when he joined us, of course. But maybe cutting just a little bit of a
Yeah, Lewington.
circumstances around the sending off. And
Yeah, 2002, 2003, 2004. So that was before the move to.
also,
Actually, no, it wasn't before the move. Never
to get
mind.
down the left-hand side. But
Yeah,
without that particular
because the club, because Wimbledon FC died in 2002.
game this evening.
So yeah, he never actually played for the original Wimbledon. So yeah, technically new owner. Yeah, they were still trying to make the move, and they hadn't made the move at that point. But yeah, they were playing under Wimbledon in Milton Keynes. Yeah.
A little bit more neat and a little bit more intricate, and they are gradually getting up an attacking head of steam, and they've got themselves another throw now from their left.
So really, it wasn't really Wimbledon now, was it?
Good attacking position for the Dons, level with the edge of the penalty.
Anyway,
Pull Osu to take it.
throw in here.
Hartigan back to Osu. Back to Hartigan.
Ah.
Who tries to go in and challenge for the ball.
Hardigan tried to play it back to Osu, but
Perhaps sought to inevitably.
unfortunately it was a little bit high and not close enough to Osu. Now MK switched the play here.
Hunting sort of together, if you like, Rob. It could well leave a little bits of pieces and pockets of space, maybe that could well be exploited.
What do I think should happen in terms of subs? I think,
Dons, needing to make sure that
well, we're a little bit short on cams now due to McCormick coming off in the first half from injury. Anyway, now on the right-hand side here is Watson, O'Reilly, and now Twine's trying to make a run, but looks to me like Woodyard was able to pick him up, and the pass wasn't made in the end.
defending though once again for Wimbledon to do in and around the edge of their penalty area.
I hear a kid yelling, "Come on, you Dons!" Which Dons? Pretty sure it's a freaking franchise fan.
Do a bit of it closing down, but
Robson,
at the moment, Dons having their work.
Twine. Yeah, good shape right now from Wimbledon, but the ball's been in the final third of Wimbledon for a while now.
Just to the left of the Dons.
Cross comes in. Nicely done there by Hennigan.
With there by Ben
Hennigan ordering his team to push the lineup.
halfway towards Palmer, but he can't get there. Once again, Wimbledon again save for a couple of moments when they have managed to get forward and put their passes together.
Now let's switch over to Corbin on the right-hand side. He's been a dangerous threat all game. Maybe the first 20 minutes he was a little quiet, but after that he's been pretty good. Now to Watson, gets the cross off over everyone's head. Decent cross put in with enough pace, but thankfully it went over everyone's head.
Beyond him towards that far side and out to play for a throw into Wimbledon. Still trading here.
Oh, we got a fan from Scandinavia. I would assume, at least. Go, 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 Dons. Yes. Is he one of our Swedons? If he's one of our Swedons, I would, I'm gonna geek out, because I know we have a pretty decent fan base over there in Sweden.
Threat of potentially going much further behind. It is still just a single goal. Admittedly, it is quite a stiff task, as we've said. Against the Dons side have been pretty much at arm's length, if you like, and of course disappointingly so when you consider the positive start that was made. But again,
Ollie Palmer wins the knockdown off the throw.
still within touching distance.
Cleared away.
You know, you've got to perhaps look to gamble here as
Yeah.
Slow things away here.
Hopefully AFC Wimbledon can play with a little more conviction. That first half, they had flashes of brilliance on the offense, but never created a clear-cut chance.
Square now for
Right now, it's looking more of the same. Their defensive shape has been good throughout the game, but they're just not
easily intercepted. Hartigan tries to go in with a challenge.
they're not dangerous enough on the offense. And now they come away with possession. JaggyDons or Milton Keynes. Twine is going to cut to his right, plays across back post. Corbinu tried to steer it towards goal, and it was straight to Zanev, thankfully. And Zanev's going to roll it out now. Potential counterattack? No.
And,
Yeah, Hartigan plays it back to Nightingale.
Wimbledon, though, once again are being pinned back deep inside their own half. Of course, the numerical disadvantage is always going to work against them.
Ah! Why?
It's quite frustrating.
Fuck.
Sometimes I can think back to times when we've
Woodyard played Asal, and Asal, to be fair, I like that he's dropping deep and he wants to receive the ball, but you know, having Asal at striker is just not working, fam. It's not working. He's been getting muscled off a lot. Play him as a cam.
on the receiving end.
Maybe bring on Aaron Cosgrave
Determined and dogged opposition
or Dapo Mabude, have him play alongside Ollie Palmer, have Asal drop as a cam, or maybe take Asal off altogether.
64 minutes gone. Wimbledon sticking with the same personnel at the moment that they started the second half with.
Fuck, man.
Down to 10 men. No signs of any activity on the substitute bench.
Oh, since I was watching the Borum Wood game on ESPN Plus, I was showing flashes of the game, but there were a couple of people in the comment section that wanted me to play just have the game outright and have my face cam on the corner. I'm like, okay, I'll zoom the game in so that it doesn't show the scoreboard, and if my my stream gets taken down, it gets taken down, and it did 5 minutes later, like clockwork. So, yeah, I shouldn't show the game, especially if it's on iFollow.
now down the left-hand side. Tries to deliver the cross into the centre. Deflects back and out of play. Throwing it to Wimbledon. And it's going to be Paul Ossu to take it. Of course, was
I'm not entirely sure
many of those late throws, of course.
who our new manager would be. I highly doubt that they're going to sack Robbo this season.
Some real distance into the
Uh,
penalty area.
I'm not too familiar with managers. I'm familiar with players and teams, but I don't know too much about managers throughout League One. So I can't give you a proper answer for that one. Anyway, long throw here for Ossu to take. Palmer's won a couple knockdowns. This time it's the center back that wins the header, but not out for, but not fully away. It's out for a corner. Hartigan's been a little quiet in terms of deliveries as of late, but hopefully he'll provide a good ball into the box this time.
Hartigan just retrieves the ball from on the goal line, just to the left of the post.
Yeah, somebody had to go and find the ball amongst all those empty seats there.
Coming up to 66 minutes gone then. Hartigan spotting up this corner. Really congested 6-yard area. All kinds of mayhem in there at the moment. But it goes now then from Hartigan towards this near post, but it's
That one was kind of poor. Straight to the near post, gets cleared away.
Disappointing delivery, that, particularly with
And a wayward pass there from Hartigan under pressure. Throw in here.
on this near side. Alexander and Hartigan have just lost possession.
I agree.
Alexander, I think, was trying to deliver the ball back maybe to Hartigan to try and stick that ball back in the box. But it's out of play. I think the referee coming across to the away technical area, and it's
Sandy Parslow been shown a yellow card there.
well, it looks like it is indeed.
One of the gaffer just got a yellow card for complaining there.
Very, very surreal moment there. I'm not sure what was obviously words exchanged and some form of dissent shown. As it stands, Robbo and Rob Tooby are still patrolling the edge of the technical area, but
Oh yeah, it's because Twine was trying to pick it up for a throw in and he just kicked the ball, preventing Twine from starting a quick counter. Oh, shot comes in.
Zanev's goal and he gets down well.
I think that might have been from Harvey. He tried to drive it low and hard, but Zanev was able to collect it pretty comfortably.
Playing Kingston anymore. Try and keep up with the times.
Yeah, it was Harvey with the shot low and hard.
It's, I have to say, as you can probably gather, and as you may have gathered from previous times when we've been commentating for this position, it's
I'm such a fatty, bro. I got freaking barbecue puffs and cookies.
when you hear some of the
Again, Palmer wins the header there over
go the way of the Wimbledon
O'Hara, but it looks to me like it's it's Watson there that picks it up.
free kick is conceded by Jack
Ollie Palmer's been doing good with winning the knockdowns over O'Hara. He's had O'Hara
Credulity towards the referee.
had the better of him in a lot of the aerial exchanges, but unfortunately we're not winning the second balls.
Perhaps understand the frustration of the Wimbledon players who are, again, a man in deficit, so to speak, after the sending off of Dexter Guinness-Walker, and they're doing their absolute best to try and cover as many blades of grass as possible, because it's been pretty much a defensive rearguard action from pretty much the midway point of the first half, since going a goal down, since going a man down.
So 68 minutes in.
I've seen little moments from them going forward.
Long ball attempted there for Harvey, but easily,
For the most part, just been a
not easily, but it had to take a little bit of
again.
physicality for Alexander to win that.
It's just that single goal in arrears, which of course, again, as someone once said, it only takes a second to score a goal.
Egli Kadja's on the way. He's ready to come on. Some activity down on the Wimbledon bench. As I said, the creator of Wimbledon's last goal for Jack Redoni against Wickham a month ago.
Ooh, some off the ball runs being made by MK, but easily won there in the end.
Tries to steer it forward nicely onto the
Okay.
chest of Palmer.
Counter-attack opportunity. Palmer drops deep, lays it off to Redoni on the left. We got an overlapping run from Hardigan, but it looks to me like, yeah, he does play Hardigan there.
Here's Hartigan with a left-footed ball into the edge
Ooh.
of the 6-yard box.
Cross came in, but it wasn't the best in the world with his left foot.
Back towards halfway.
Not fully away.
Nightingale will take up possession for Wimbledon. Back into the centre circle now for Hennigan.
I mean, the dot.
Once again,
I mean,
Woodyard
wait.
tries to steer it forward into Palmer. Little-
Oh, Palmer lays it off. A Sal.
Sal
Oh!
away for the ball, still a Sal.
I thought he was going to be O'Hara for pace, but for not for pace, but for physicality.
Couple of challenges, but ultimately
Gave O'Hara a bit of trouble there. I mean, O'Hara's been struggling to fend off Ollie Palmer. Okay, there's a through ball now to Twine. It's a 3-on-3 here. Twine double team now,
on defence, but in
and good clearance away there after the low cross. Excuse me. I'm getting choked up because I have like a little bit of food in my mouth. I can't find an opportunity to breathe.
Be interesting to see which is the player withdrawn in his favour. Forward it goes again.
Palmer drops deep again.
Palmer again, doing ever so well to get himself between opponents and the ball, and just
Yeah, nicely done there from Palmer to hold off the press.
play for the Dons.
Play switches over here to Redoni. We have a run from Osu being made. Play him. Come on. Oh, instead Redoni takes it himself.
Costa comes in towards a Sal.
Come on, just play Osu on the overlap, man.
Beyond him, and it's just going to trickle over towards the far
Instead, he tried to play a cross over to Asal, and Asal is far from a target man.
the Dons. Broke
I still don't like Asal at striker. I don't approve of that. I know if we're playing a 3 in the back, we have an extra striker, and Asal is a key player for us. But have Palmer play alongside Mabude, and have Asal play as a cam with McCormick playing as an outside mid alongside Redoni, perhaps, or Asal playing as an outside mid alongside Redoni, and have Che Alexander. Even though Che Alexander's pretty defensive, at this point we need a goal. I think either bring Alexander off and have Palmer play as an outside mid. Cosgrave's coming up. He's warming up, I think.
We've seen get enough from them in recent moments where they've come forward, forced corners, and had good possession in and around the penalty area. So certainly you wouldn't contend that an equaliser is totally out of the question. Without wishing to come across maybe as that maybe we're clutching at straws.
Lewington switches it over here to Harvey. Gets a cross off just over the head of Issa, thankfully, and headed back there by Nightingale. I think we're going to see a substitution here for Milton Keynes. Josh McAkron coming on for O'Hara, who hasn't had the best game overall, O'Hara. And we got Yumasal coming off. Egli Kadja coming on. Is Kadja going to play up top? I mean, he certainly has the physical presence, and that's something we lacked. A lot of times maybe not a lot, but every now and again we would play it up from the center mid position all the way up to a Sal or Palmer. And it seems to me like Palmer has had just as much volume with the deliveries as Palmer has, instead of, you know, Palmer being the one with more volume in terms of service, because Sal's not a target man per se. But I think, you know, I agree with that. I think having Kaja coming in for a Sal, even though Kaja's not a tried and true striker, I think perhaps maybe he's been working on it behind the scenes, working on his finishing. And, you know, a Sal up top wasn't working out. So I like that change.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, a month ago, that great delivery from him onto the head of Jack Radoni at Wickham, his last goal. So fired up Egli Kaja for the remainder of this game. Creativity, Wimbledon needs.
I need a translation for that one.
As well now. Aaron Cosgrave as well, still going through his warm-up down on the touchline. Almost, I think he looks certain he will be coming on. Just the green jacket on top of his playing kit there now. So another forward option for Wimbledon for the closing.
I still wouldn't count Wimbledon out, though. I mean, they're keeping defensive shape. They haven't created too many clear-cut chances, but I wouldn't count them out. You never know. There's all it takes is one opportunity to break through enemy lines and one opportunity to get that equalizing goal that they so desperately need. Wayward pass there from MK, but still in possession.
16 minutes remaining. Still Wimbledon a goal in arrears.
Woodyard on the press, Kaja on the press, immediately comes in and makes a difference, but unfortunately they're still in possession here with Harvey. MK Dons just playing sideways passing, just delaying the inevitable here. They force it out wide here to Watson, back to the center. Robson switches it over again. Lewington's probably going to put it in the box. Nope, he switches it, or he plays it to Corbinu on that left-hand side instead of the right. Tries to take a shot on with his right foot. I'm surprised. Yeah, Corbinu is now playing on that right side this time. Oh, I guess O'Hora stayed on here for Milton Keynes.
Still trying to get in and amongst the opponents and trying to harry them and harass them into some kind of errors. But again, when it's a single man disadvantage, it's a situation where the opponents can just choose that moment.
Belgian chocolate is the best thing freaking ever invented, I swear.
Demoralise you even further, and let's hope that's not something that sets into Wimbledon's mindset in the closing stages, as Palmer very nearly manages to close down and charge down an attempted clearance forward.
Only Palmer charging the keeper there, and he was forced to clear his lines. Now all the way back to Nikola Zanev. Palmer dropping deep once again. That was a good ball there by Zanev. Targeting Palmer. He chests it down. To be fair, I would have bet the over 1.5 too. Obviously, when you start the game, it's over 2.5, but over 1.5 is actually kind of a steal. I think there will be a yes, I agree. I think there will be. More likely on the side of MK towards like the last 5 minutes of the game when AFC Wimbledon really push up. But I wouldn't put it past AFC Wimbledon to score a goal here either, because, you know, they haven't been as dangerous as MK Dons, but you know, they always have that capability of playing a decent ball in behind. They just don't do it very frequently. I think MK are more likely to score here than the Dons are, though. Finally! It's been 76 minutes and I finally see an MK Dons fan in chat. Or should I say Milton Keynes? I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Okay. Still eating because I'm a fatty. I'm not actually fat, but I am a big foodie.
The minds and hearts of so many of their fans can be brought to bear on proceedings this evening.
Scored some good goals for them as well. Side for the Dons, of course.
MK have had possession for the past like 5 minutes now. A little chip pass into Twine. Twine takes it to his left. Good save by Zanev. Yeah, he faked the shot and then he took it to his left and he ended up beating Alexander there. Tried to drive it low and hard in the far post, but Zanev sticks his foot out there. He actually beat Hennigan. It was Hennigan on the mark there, and then Alexander tried to come over and help.
As it is, it just still keeps the Dons in touch. Still we await the arrival of Aaron Cosgrave. Ball launched forward high towards Palmer, who leaps well and gets the flick on, but couldn't quite steer it into the path of Egli Kadja. Every ounce of ever being drained from these Wimbledon players now as they're chasing around and just looking for...
Yeah, this is something that I feared earlier in the game. You know, they started the game with a really high intensive pace, AFC Wimbledon, and whether they would have been able to keep that pace throughout the game was under question, and it looks to me like they have slowed down a bit.
all of that hallmark determination and strength to get it back to the Dons, but Palmer can't hold it up because once again outnumbered.
Here we go, Harvey here, and now MK Dons are, well, Milton Keynes are starting to put a stamp on the game. They're putting more pressure on, and the game's starting to tilt in their favor. For the most part, the game was fairly neutral, with MK perhaps having the slightly bigger or the slightly tighter grip on the game in the first half, but nothing crazy, and now they're starting to take control. Across into Harvey. Harvey has enough time to chest it down. Where are we? Nightingale was, though, to come away with the clearance.
Moves forward down the right-hand side, threaded down the line towards Palmer, but once again can't get there. Intercepted, frustratingly so, and certainly can't argue that the...
Oh, man. Within the last, I'd say 9 minutes, I think MK have had 90% possession throughout that time frame. So, it's looking a little bleak. The off-the-ball press is starting to dwindle here from AFC Wimbledon. They're not pressing the ball as high anymore. You know, tired legs out there. And now the ball's played on the left-hand side here. Asa now plays it to Twine. Nicely done there from Paul Lawsu to recover. Twine, instead of taking the shot on goal from a bad angle, he tried to control it with his right foot to take a shot on with his left foot. And Paul Lawsu just came charging in to block that shot. Nicely done from him. I guess a little unfortunate there that he got beat, because his positioning was fairly central, and the ball got played over the top. And to be fair, we're one man short, so it's kind of hard to keep track of every single player at any given moment. But good recovery there from Lawsu.
Everyone back in the penalty area now for Wimbledon to defend this corner.
Short corner here. Not really short. It was played low and hard. And eventually, not fully cleared. It's still bouncing around. Ollie Palmer wins the header over O'Hara, but it was straight up in the air. O'Hara controls it now.
Can't quite do so again.
Fucking hell, dude. This is so annoying.
Again, they're back on the defensive.
They're still in possession.
Just cropping up on the right-hand side of the defense at the moment. There's another shot.
Oh, Corbino. He started off on that right-hand side in the first half, right attacking mid / right winger, but then he switched to that left wing position. I think that's worked wonders for him. As he's looked a little bit more dangerous, he cuts it to his right and tries to blast it towards goal a few yards past the post. Thankfully for Nick Zanev there. He wasn't entirely quiet in that first half. I'd say the first 15-20 minutes, Corbino was fairly quiet, but then, you know, he started to look more dangerous. He beat Nescanis Walker for pace on 2 separate occasions, and both occasions warranted yellow cards, and of course, double yellow for Nesta eventually. But yeah, I wasn't sure where he came from because I didn't see his name on the FB ref list, but apparently he is a Wolverhampton loanee, and he also played for Sheffield Wednesday a couple seasons ago, so definitely a player that has some class. When I say class, I mean in terms of level of play, not in terms of playing for the scum franchise. But I digress.
A goal in arrears. It is pretty much a like-for-like swap.
Something's got to give here. Aaron Cosgrave has been warming up for a while, but he hasn't come on.
Very much lead the line.
Surely it's a bit late, right? I mean, it's not too late for him to come on, but
Side flag, frustratingly over on the
why haven't we brought him on earlier? That is the burning question.
possession curtailed. As the Dons drop back into defence
Wickham up 2-0 against Bolton. Decent result, I guess. I don't expect AFC Wimbledon to make a promotion push. I did say earlier in the season they have the potential to do so, but that I thought they would play somewhere between 16th and 14th. But even 14th is pushing it just a tad, considering their inconsistency throughout the season. But I certainly think that they'll have enough to place, let's say, 2 or 3 positions above the relegation zone. I don't think they're going to fight and scrap for survival, all season per se. But I still think they'll have enough in the tank to place, 19th, 18th. That is if they don't have performances like they did against Boreham Wood. We don't speak of that. We don't speak of that at all. That never happened. Erase that from history. Never happened. While we're at it, neither did the Oxford game. Never happened. I'm kidding, obviously. Woodyard, that's not helping. He ends up fouling Issa, and then he tries to shield Twine from playing it quick, and then picks up the ball. That's not helping. In fact, it's making it worse. I mean, at first he didn't want MK to play the quick free kick, but then picking up the ball and then walking away for a second, that doesn't help. That's just wasting time. 3-1 Lincoln, interesting. Mustafa, unfortunately, you have to be subscribed to iFollow. If you live outside the UK, you can purchase a season pass. Unfortunately, season passes are not worth it at this rate because, season is already halfway through. A little bit more than halfway through, actually, I think, at this point. Depends on which teams you're looking at, depending on if a team is 24 games in hand, or played 24 games or 23 games. But, yeah, it's a little bit too late for that. You can buy monthly passes. By the way, Aaron Cosgrave is already on. We played a through ball over to him, and looked to me like Darling got in a sliding challenge, but he gets back up quickly. Aaron Cosgrave is going to receive the throw-in now, off of the throw-in from Paul Osu. Well defended, though, by Darling. Honestly, we're still in this. MK have not gotten a full vice grip of the game, even with that double yellow, so I'm still very impressed with the way AFC Wimbledon have responded. Kaja is going to take it to his right. Kaja with the cross! Ladoni! Oh, man. He got the header in, but then the header went straight up. Oh, man. It was a diving header. It was really good work from O'Hora, who I thought initially got beat there by Radoni on the off-the-ball run, but it looked to me like he threw his body in the way to challenge the cross. Yeah. Radoni's header, he tried to dive in, but it hit the top right side of his head and went straight up in the air. Easy collection from the keeper. Thing just dove past the ball. A little unfortunate there. It was good work from Radoni to wriggle himself free from the clutches of O'Hora, who's kind of had a bit of a bit of a rough game today in terms of defensive prowess. But Darling and Lewington have been holding it down for MK whenever the ball's played on the middle or the left-hand side. No, I don't. It's not going to be over, especially since 4 minutes to go. I would have said that. Honestly, if I were a betting man, I would have said over 2.5. To be fair, before the game. I would have licked my lips at the opportunity to take the over 1.5, after 30 minutes, 30 minutes into the game. But, yeah, over 2.5, I'd say is definitely off the cards now.
Real passion on that Wimbledon bench as well. It shows how much it means to them, of course, as well, trying to find this equaliser in the closing stages.
Ooh, Hennigan just forcing a pass through, easily collected by Robson. And Cosgrave was making a run, but, pass down the center is a little bit too forced.
And in the end, it's a miscued ball into the penalty area, which will trickle easily into the hands of Nick Zanev. Goodness me.
I know, goodness me is right, man.
3 minutes remaining, plus whatever is added on by way of stoppages. Nick Zanev's kick flicked on by Osu, looking for Radoni, but again, Don's unable to maintain the possession. Ball looped forward now towards the far side, but Alexander does well. Watches the ball and guides it forward. Can't quite pick out Kadja though.
I still believe. I still believe in the over. I still believe in the equalizer. Come on, you don't. MK still in possession, though. They're just passing it around. I think MK are just playing for the 1-0 here. Surprisingly enough, considering their high octane, offense, they've been kind of playing it a little casually within these last few minutes. Okay, now they switch the play. They're trying to make an incisive cross into the box, but thankfully Nightingale was able to come away with possession. And Zanev collects. Nah, it wasn't a back pass. It was a clearance attempt that whiffed. Come on. Oh, there you go. 2 comments at the exact same time. Come on, Dons. Come on, you Dons. Here we go. Still not out of it. I think we've been a little bit too predictable in this half. The first half, we played with some, we played with some conviction. We didn't play sideways passing all the time. In this half, we've been playing the wide areas a little bit too frequently. And I think MK Dons have or Milton Keynes have kind of adapted to AFC Wimbledon's play style a little bit. But I still believe. I still believe. Parrott will be coming on, number 20.
Still time for something to happen late on.
Dying moments of the game here. 25 viewers. I've probably averaged a good, I'd say, 18, 19 throughout the stream. I truly appreciate the support. And I truly appreciate the turnout for this absolutely monumental fixture we have on our hands.
Back inside their own half with Hartigan steered forward down the left-hand side. Comes under challenge.
Rodoni wasn't able to shrug off the challenge there.
Woodyard now going in on the ball as well. And,
Woodyard commits the foul on Parrington, the substitute.
Again, it's another free kick award against Woodyard. 10 seconds of the regulation time remaining. It's the fourth official.
I wouldn't rule out a 2-0. I wouldn't.
And will deliver a judgment of 4 additional minutes.
A switch. Yeah, it's a switch over. Asa is open at the top of the 18, but you have Paul Osu pressuring. Still gets the shot off, though, as he took it to his right foot, and the shot was a bit wayward. Good pressure there from Osu to put him off slightly. And it's going to be 4 minutes of additional time here. Come on, boys. Come on. Still got time. Maybe not as much, but still got slightly a bit of time. Come on.
Put in such a shift in this second half. With the scoreline and the
I appreciate the support. There we go. Twine beats Osu for pace, but Osu recovers nicely. Twine takes it to his right foot. Tries to get a low cross to Asa. Nope. Fuck out of here. He just fell on his own. Yeah, okay. Clearance here. Not fully away. O'Hora. And another substitute that came on, I actually don't know. I think that might be Hiram Boateng that came on. I'm not entirely sure. It's either that or Kiyoso. I think, no, that was Kiyoso. That's Kiyoso. Yeah, I'll be happy with the win at Morecambe because we still have 1 game in hand and 2 games in hand compared to other teams. So Hartigan boots it long. Oh, good run. Oh, Rodoni was there, but unfortunately,
sandwich there by a couple of players. It was a 2-pronged assault on him. He's inside the penalty area and he's
O'Hora and Darling just came crashing into Rodoni, who made a good run there. Great ball over the top from Anthony Hartigan, and Rodoni was almost there, and I think that's actually Kiyoso who gets in the challenge first, and then the follow-through there from O'Hora, maybe clashing knee to knee perhaps, and Rodoni's holding his knee. He's up now, though. Here we go, boys. I bet in Istanbul and lost all money. I'm sorry to hear. I quit sports betting a year ago. I became addicted, and thankfully I didn't lose everything. I came away with a $1,200 profit, and I'm investing now. Stock market, cryptocurrency. I'm a huge investor. I'm not a big fan of sports betting because anything can happen. I would highly recommend crypto. Right now the stock market, at least the U.S. market, is very inflated. But I would highly recommend cryptocurrency. Paul Osu with the throw. Cleared away. Oh, shit, Alexander! Oh my god, dude, that man just freaking walloped a shot. And it was just 1 yard wide of the post. That would have been top bins. It was a header away from O'Hora. It wasn't convincing. And then Alexander just wallops the fucking shot. And it almost ends up top bins. Oh, man. Inches. Inches, boys. Fuck. That would have been the goal of the season for AFC Wimbledon. Maybe not the goal of the season in general, because that belongs to Cole Stockton against Fleetwood. Oh, man. Got my hopes up for a second.
Underneath it, can he win the header? Yes, he can. Stepped forward towards Cosgrave. Ball bounced beyond him, though, frustratingly. Cleared high and forward once again into the Wimbledon half. Hennigan with a header. Kaja tries to chase it down.
All right, Kaja's putting on the press here. Only 20 seconds to go. Nothing. Nothing. Go, Kaja. Yes, foul on Kaja. Nicely done. All right, the outside, I think that was Watson who got brought down pretty easily. And then the referee, the assistant ref calls a foul on Harvey, excuse me. Harvey went down easy, and then another player came in and fouled Kaja. We got one more opportunity here. I would have to assume Nick Zanev is going to come up for this one.
Let's see how many players the Dons can push forward here. I think it's going to be
Come on, you Dons.
whatever happens, so
Come on.
might as well give yourself the maximum opportunity to try and earn an equaliser.
Zanev's on the halfway line asking if he should go forward. He's staying back though.
Yeah. Hartigan then to take this, what surely will be the final opportunity.
I got a laughing emoji reaction on Facebook when I said we were playing well though. When I responded to somebody, yeah, the Facebook group is pretty pessimistic from my experience. Corner kick comes in. Corner, it's a free kick. Alexander with another volley. Oh! That time it wasn't put with as much power, but Alexander with a little bit of a floater there that ends up a couple yards wide of the frame there. And it's going to be full time.
Thanks, Mike. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, man, mixed emotions, mixed emotions. I can already tell you guys right now that my post-match reaction when I upload that to YouTube, it's going to be a bit controversial, especially with the Facebook group, like I said. They tend to be a little pessimistic. But honestly, I'm happy with the performance. I think this is a complete far cry from the performance that we had against Boreham Wood. I think the Dons played with a lot more desire, a lot more passion, and maybe it's a match at MK. Of course they're going to be trying to try to play well and try to get a win because it's a rivalry game, But hold on, let me take down the graphics real quick. But, I want to look at this objectively. Rivalry or not, wake-up call or not from the Boreham Wood game, I still like the way AFC Wimbledon played. I think they played very good defensive shape in that first half. Towards the middle part of the second half, they started to sit back a little bit and invite pressure and allow the likes of Corbeneau, who switched from the right-hand side, right-hand side to the left-hand side, who's a little bit more dangerous, cutting on that right foot. But I still think Paul Osu did pretty well after he came on for McCormick in that first half after he got injured. I think Osu did very well against Corbeneau. And Nessa Guinness-Walker had a bit of trouble against Corbeneau before he got the double yellow. I think the second yellow was a bit harsh, but other than that, I think AFC Wimbledon played pretty well defensively throughout the game. On the attacking side of things, I think every once in a while we got a little too predictable. First 20 minutes, we were buzzing off the ball movement, Rodoni making runs and then cutting to the middle, and McCormick starting on the attacking mid, making runs, hooking out wide, and I think we did very well. On the runs off the ball. Didn't have a really clear-cut chance in that first half. Played a couple decent crosses in. I still think that a Sal at striker/center forward does not work. I think half the time that we played it forward on the hold-up, it was intended for a Sal, and a Sal just got shrugged off pretty easily by the likes of Darling and Lewington. And eventually it didn't pan out, so we brought on Egli Kaja, who played as a makeshift striker until Cosgrave came on, and then Kaja dropped back to play as an attacking mid. And, you know, it would have been nice to see Aaron Cosgrave maybe start today, or Dapo Mabude starting today, but that means that Sal wouldn't have been on the game, or wouldn't have been on the team sheet to start with. You know, they started off with a 3-4-1-2. I would have liked to see a 4-2-3-1 with you know, Woodyard, Hartigan, and then the front three being the same, and then Palmer up top. But if we were to play, you know, a 2 up top, maybe have Cosgrave or Mabude starting. But, you know, Asal is always a monumental player for us when he plays at cam, but at striker he looks a little out of his element, really. Every once in a while you see a run being made from him. We did see that in the first half where he made an incisive run, and Hennigan played him through, but he was offside, and the keeper saved it anyway. But that was the only instance in which Asal got in behind, and Palmer, to be fair, won a lot of the aerial battles, won a lot of the knockdowns, had the better of O'Hora in the aerial battles. He kind of struggled a little bit, but Darling and Lewington for MK Dons played pretty well. And yeah, I think the first 20 minutes too, Woodyard and Hartigan pressing a lot, helping the outside backs, Guinness Walker and Ben Hennigan, well, the outside center backs really, helping them on the double team and filling the gaps whenever Guinness Walker and Hennigan put the press on. And I think they played pretty well defensively. Offensively, we were a little predictable towards the end and didn't create too many chances, but I think this was much better than last time, and I think we're seeing some positives. I think the Robbo outcries are too early. Even after the last Boreham Wood game, I still thought that Robinson is, you know, the right man for the job, at least for the season. Stick with him, and we'll ride it out. But yeah, you're right, Anthony. Zanev needs to stop coming out so far when they're playing close to the goal. Well, in the instance where MK Don scored the goal, he had to come out because Hennigan wasn't able to receive the back pass from McCormick, so he had to come out. But I think Zanev was a little too casual on the ball when he was on it, and Asa was able to predict it. You know, Zanev, instead of playing like taking a quick touch and playing it quickly to Hennigan, he kind of took his time a little bit and then played it straight to Hennigan instead of kind of hooking the pass out a little bit. And Asa was able to just come away with it, drive it low and hard to Corbino, who was able to, excuse me, it was to O'Reilly, who was able to finish. And yeah, that was definitely preventable. I do think that the Dons did enough to deserve, I'd say, a 0-0. I'd say this was a 0-0 written all over it. Maybe not. I think MK Dons were a little bit more. They were a little bit more convincing in the final third, and they had a couple of decent chances. One with Twine, who was able to weave his way around two defenders and get a shot low and hard, but Zanev saved it. Other than that, we kept Twine pretty quiet, and I think we did pretty well overall defensively to keep Twine at bay. Corbino is a bit of a threat. Harvey coming up on the attacking side every now and again, but I think a 0-0 would have been the deserved result. But if you were to have a gun point on my head, I think Milton Keynes should have won over at AFC Wimbledon if a team were to have won. But I think, you know, I like what I saw today. I really do. And yeah, it's easy to get your Yeah, I actually have my friend in London actually bought me an AFC Wimbledon jersey, and he's keeping it warm for me. So when I do go to the UK in about a month and a half, yeah. So I think I'll cut the stream off there. I'm gonna be doing a recording of me looking through the comments on Twitter and on the Facebook, and you know, give my analysis and give my reactions to the comments. You know, I can be a little bit fickle every once in a while. Like last game, I was really disappointed. Now all of a sudden, I'm positive. I'm optimistic again. You know, but I'm looking at it objectively. You know, game by game, on a game by game basis, and I think what I saw today, I saw an AFC Wimbledon with a lot more conviction, a lot more desire than in the last game. I just think we didn't have that offensive prowess that we should have. I shouldn't say on a game-to-game basis because, again, we're still a little bit shallow and we're still fairly young and inexperienced. But, you know, I like what I saw today. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching.